everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Hope you had a brilliant weekend wherever you were doing. We had some good sunshine again over the weekend, although it's pissing down the rain just now, which is not good. But what we're going to do is just look at the markets. We'll be having a look at a few coins as well. We'll be looking at some news in the kind of current news just now. Some interesting pieces of news this morning, which is good for Bitcoin, good for crypto as a whole as well. So we'll be looking at that. So I'm just going to see if we are live and everything is up and running. If you just bear with me a wee second. 1 sec. Oh, I can't see it. All right, here we are live. We are live. Right, remember to change your settings for the quality of the video. Put it up to 720 HD. If you're a bit fuzzy just now, kind of YouTube has changed things. It's not automatic now. So I'm just going to jump over to the chat just now, see who's in the house. We've got people in. Yes, we have got people in just now. Okay, we'll jump over the chat. Who's in just now? Oh, we have a excellent. Got a donation from Mike D. Thanks very much, Mike D. One of our brilliant admins. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. We've got Lick Maringer in the house. Welcome to you. I don't know if you're new to the channel. I don't think I've seen your name before, but good to have you here. Alex Jug. Rob Taylor's in the house. Good morning to you. Adver Hagen is in as well. Debbie Claydon. Good to see you. Mike D, as I said, brilliant admins here. One of our brilliant admins. Chris Noble is in the house. Marcus Jafari. Sun is shining. The weather is sweet. Yes, morning all. Peter Harding is in the house. Simone Hendricks. Honest Crypto Journey. Good morning to you. David Schwartz, Antsy, Char Dan is in the house. RC, Liam Hunt, Rachel Kent, Davies Chew, another one of our brilliant admins. Mac Paulin, Bruce Rudling, Cole Phillips is back with us. Good to see you here. Okay, crush the likes. If you like these videos, remember just hit the like button. Always helps for the channel as well, and hit the subscribe button as well, and also hit the other button where you can get notifications as well, the bell button. That's the word I was trying to look for. Words are falling out my brain today. Okay, so we'll look at the markets overall. First of all, what's been happening in the markets. Bitcoin took a wee bit of a dip last night. Not too much, but it's starting to go back up again, which is good. So it's at 6,774, and we want it to go above that 6,800 and on to 7,000, and that would be fantastic. Market capitalization is 273 billion just now, which is going up steadily, which is really good as well. And we've got a Bitcoin dominance of 42.4%, which is also good. We don't want that too high, because that means everybody's going into Bitcoin and coming out of the alts. So who's the winners over the last 24 hours? Bitcoin Diamond. We've kind of mentioned that a few times, Bitcoin Diamond, and it's gone up 42% over the last 24 hours, which is fantastic. Mixin has gone up. Well, no, that's actually wrong. I keep forgetting CoinMarketCap has got Bitcoin Diamond at the wrong price, so that is not the correct price. 1 second. Bitcoin Diamond on Binance, and we'll go to BCD USD. So $15.13. So I keep forgetting the CoinMarketCap. I don't know why they've not got that sorted out yet. So anyway, Mixin has gone up 12%. Digibyte went up 10% at one point, over 10%. Nulls, Papex, and they've just come into the top 100, which is good to see. Redcoin's gone up as well. Power Ledger. And so there's not a lot of coins coming in. So who's the biggest loser? Elastos, Dentacoin, Kryptonex, Loopring, Polymath, Bancor. They've all gone down by not that much though. It's not double digits or anything like that. So the market's kind of in flux just now because of the Bitcoin price. Because it's shot up, everybody is wondering if it's going to shoot back down again. But we'll have a look at Bitcoin just now. We're sitting at 6,721 at the moment. That's Bitcoin on Binance for the Tether price. It did go as low as 6,667. So it's come back up since then. This is on the hourly chart. And I want to show you, I'm not going to show you the video, but this was interesting. Remember last week we spoke about Bitcoin. We do this, I'm just going to change the chart new chart layout or load chart layout. We'll do a 725 crossover. And that Bitcoin, for the first time in a long time on the weekly chart, had crossed over, the 7 MA had crossed over the 25 MA, and that's Bitcoin USDT. We want to see BTC, USD, we'll go for Bitfinex. So for the first time in a long time on a weekly chart, the Bitcoin price had crossed over, and the 7 MA had crossed over the 25 MA, and that was on the daily chart, sorry, not the weekly chart. And it crossed over here, and that was the first time in a long time. That's not right, 1 second. Chart was it? That wasn't at 8,333. Can't admit, but what I was trying to say is, if we look at the monthly chart, and this was a video by, if you go to Alessio Rastani, he put a good video yesterday. It was posted in the group, and I'd actually seen it. I thought it was quite a good video as well. And he was talking about on the monthly chart that it looks as if the Bitcoin price is coming back up. And he's a contrarian, and he's kind of mentioned it a few times when everybody thought Bitcoin was going back down again. He's mentioned it a few times over the last year or something that the Bitcoin price is going back up, and he's been right every time with it. So he's saying the kind of Bitcoin price is going back up, not straight up to $20,000 or anything, but it's going up. Just now it's not on its way down. He doesn't think it's going to go down again. It might go kind of down and up, but I thought that was an interesting video, so I'll post that in there as well. I'll post it in the kind of group chat, and I'll post a link down below as well. So I posted a link there, so I thought that was an interesting video as well. So we'll just look on the monthly chart for that. And he was talking about the 21 MA. All my charts are mixed up here. That's on Bitfinex. BTC, SDT, and we're going to change that to, so he was looking at the 21 MA. So we'll just click off that. 21. MA, BTC, USDT. Yep, so he's what he's saying on the 21 EMA is saying what's happened since it's gone up, since it's shot up. What's happening is it's bouncing off the 21 MA, and it looks as if it's going to bounce again. Here we can see here it got down to 5,800 or just below that as well, then it bounced back up, and he's saying it's going to bounce back up. And not to kind of 20,000 straight away, but he thinks that this is a rise, and it's going to be kind of over time back up over 20,000. So I thought that was an interesting video. If you want to check that out, I've just put the link in there for you as well. And just go back to the chart just now. A good day for Pundy X and BACS, I hope. Yeah, I'm hoping that as well. So we'll just have a wee look at BACS just now. And that'll be on KuCoin. It's not coming up here. So we need to look at BACS on BABB. Where are we just now? It's still at 1/10 of a cent just now at 15 Satoshi. So it's gone down a wee bit, still gone down a wee bit. You can see here the highs, and it's still coming down in line with the market, to be fair. And they've kind of come out with, it's not news that they've come out with, but the Bahrain license that they were talking about. I presumed that that was going to be the quickest license to get, and that would be the one they came out with first of all. But it seems with the kind of chat and speaking to some of the team as well, that the Bahrain license is not a priority. That's the priority is going to be the Bank of England license and the Lithuania license as well. So they're hoping for that before the end of the year when the app actually comes out. So I don't know if a lot of people were kind of confused by that, and maybe I've added to the confusion as well. I just presumed there was going to be the Bahrain license because they said in a video it was going to be, I think they're in sandbox just now for the Bahrain banking license, and then it's a relatively quick process once they get approved to actually get the license. So I just kind of naturally presumed, okay, that's going to be the license they're going to go for. It would be natural for me to kind of think that as well, because it seemed to be the quickest. But it's not happening just now. That's not the priority just now. It's the Bank of England one. And we'll just have a look at the crowd sale just now and see where BABB are with the crowd sale. So 724,000, very slow moving up, but they've got a backup. I don't know what the backup is. If they don't reach this 1.5 million, they've got a backup plan in place, but I don't know what that backup is. But 48% just now. So for me, BABB are still great long term, and I'm not bothered about holding them. I'm not worried about it at all, to be honest. But I still like BABB for the long term, and it served me well, and a lot of other people well as well. I think we got in around about 400 or something like that. It must have been about 4 or 5 Satoshi. I can't remember the price. It's down here. Yeah, about 5 Satoshi. So it's kind of gone up 200% since then, but a lot of people are kind of getting concerned because it's kind of come back down about 60 odd percent since it's high, but have a lot of coins have come down as well. I can't speak this morning. What's going on? Mike, I really appreciate that donation. Thanks, mate. Hello, everyone. I think my big boy pants fell down along with my crypto. David Schwartz. David, I know I've seen you in the premium group, and I know you're kind of having not issues, just some of the trades are kind of going against you just now. But there's still a lot of money to be had kind of out there, and I think it's what we're looking to do with crypto and these kind of small gains in the day trading. So a lot of people in the premium group are day trading just now, and that's fine. And that's fine. I've started making videos for kind of day traders, longer term trading, and even longer term trading. So by day trading, you're in and out within a day. Longer term for me, when you're kind of trading as well, could be a couple of days to a week, and longer term is going to be 2 weeks onwards. If you're thinking for the long term, a couple of months, then you can get into a coin. The only trouble is it ties up your Bitcoin. That's why I like trading as well as holding long term as well. So I do like trading so we can get the money, more Bitcoin, to do more trading and save up Bitcoin as well. So that's the whole point of it. So I'm making videos for the premium group for that as well. If you want to join us over in the premium group as well, there's a link down below if you want to join us there and make calls every day. I'm not making calls this morning purely because of the Bitcoin price, so I'm going to see what happens with the Bitcoin price there. And we'll just look at it on the kind of hourly. I'll just leave that just now. Just see where it's at just now, but it's starting to go back up again. Yeah, so it seems to have hit a kind of a semi level of support at around about 7,000, and then it's going back up. So 6,000, sorry, around about yeah, it was 6,700, and it's going back up to 6,720. So it's a bit precarious just now with Bitcoin. So a lot of people are kind of out of the market and just not trading just now, which I think is wise, and that's why I've not made the calls today. But if it does go back up, we'll start looking at the calls, and we can start looking through here just for someone's just now as well. I've got Rachel Kent in this morning as well. Welcome to you, Rachel. Good to see you here. Got your message yesterday as well. It was good to talk to you. Mac Paul and Bruce Ludling was said. Cofields. George Charles is in the house. Martin and Sonia. Rob Taylor. My gut feeling is that we're not yet in bull season. Expecting a pullback over the next week or two personally. Hopefully I'm wrong, but a lot of signs in favour of this. Going to be interesting to see. That's what I'm thinking with Bitcoin as well. I don't know if it's going to go down, but again, with the charts, you can see we're below the 15 EMA just now, and we've been trading above that for just not a long time, but for a time. We'll look at the daily chart just now. So we've been trading above that, and we're still trading above it, to be honest, since, was that the 30th of June? So I think a lot of people might be expecting a drop from here, but if we do drop, we're hopefully going to get a bounce at 6,500. So I can see it might go back down to 6,500 and then bounce from there, because it's using that 15 EMA, and that's on the daily chart, and kind of bouncing up from there. You can see that very clearly here if we can adjust. Look at that. You can see the wicks of the candles. They're hitting that 15 EMA and bouncing back up. So we might see a pullback to maybe 6,500 before it bounces back up, or we might just go up from here. We've got a green candle here, but it's a small green candle, and this is still in the daily, right enough, and that won't finish for another 15 hours or something. So we need to wait and see what happens today. So I don't want to make the calls for the sake of making calls today, but I will make calls later on if we see kind of better price action as well, and if we see an obvious coin that comes out that might be kind of making a move. Mark Pollan, he makes some very nice videos. Alessio Rastani, he does. I like Alessio Rastani. He makes kind of sense. He doesn't bullshit or anything like that. So I like his videos out there. Crypto Weasel was in the house. Morning all. Happy Monday and happy trading. Yes. Hopefully it's going to be a good trading day today. Mark Pollan, can XLM touch the new bottom? Just have a wee look at XLM. We'll look at Binance, BTC. So it's kind of going up just now. Where is it? We're on the kind of daily chart just now. We'll just look at the hourly chart. It doesn't look as if it's going to come down to the bottom. So 3167 it is just now. And that looks a riser to me, to be honest. It looks as if it's going to rise from here at 3168. But if we look at the bigger picture and go into the 6 hourly chart, we're getting a kind of a trend starting to form here with Stellar. We'll kind of look at the lines. Just going to see here. Getting some form of a trend line here. So we're looking for it to kind of bounce off these levels and keep going higher, if we were looking at that. Morning from Ireland, everyone. Have a great Monday. Sean Dubs, good to see you here, Sean. Paddington Bear, what's happening to Elec? Elec, I've never looked at that for a while. We'll just look on KuCoin and just see, have we got KuCoin on this? I don't think we have. Oh, we have. It's on. No, it's not. So I need to look on KuCoin itself. KuCoin, Elec, BTC. It was going up for a wee bit, and then I presume it's starting to come back down again. 466, yeah, it started to come back down again. So you can see here it rose from 391 all the way up to 578 and come back down again. But again, that's in line with the market, kind of overall. Long term, again, I'm totally bullish on Electrify Asia, and I think it's going to do good over the long term. So I'm not worried about it. All these dips, when Bitcoin price does kind of shoot up over $10,000, this is when we're going to start seeing these coins coming back into kind of real play and contention again. I think I got in at 1560, so I'm way down on it, but I'm long term anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm not worried. I know it'll turn around. David Schwartz. Was that with... Yeah, it will turn around, David. Is that with your overall trading? It will turn around. And I think with the rising market, it's going to be much easier to kind of pick coins. Well, it's going to be difficult because there's going to be so many coins to pick from. In the rise market when I'm making the calls as well, and when you're looking at the charts as well. Honest Crypto Journey, you would think that raising 1.5 million for BABB shouldn't be such a struggle. Do you think others are losing faith in the project or waiting to see what the competitors come out with? I don't know what's going on with the... I thought they would have raised the finance, to be honest, within a few days, but they've not raised that just now. I know they've got a backup plan just now, so we need to wait and see what happens with BABB. But again, I'm still very bullish on BABB for the long term and still hold my coins as well. Mike D, BMW accepting BTC. That's one of the stories I'm going to cover today. How do you need to jump on that bandwagon in Jaguar? Yep. Mark Paul and Steve, the best way to make money with cryptos may not be trading. It is found out which company will use it in the future, like Facebook use internet. I think with trading, I think it's a good way to trade. It's not trade out or to get more BTC, but in this falling market just now, in a bear market just now, when every coin is going down, what happens when you're holding long term, I don't think hodling is necessarily the answer. I think a cross between the two, hodling and trading, if you know what you're doing, and obviously there's a lot of people still learning how to trade as well, but as long as we're minimising losses. So I think trading is good. I think there's plenty of opportunities out there. We've seen that over the last couple of days. I'll just look at... So Dent was one I kind of looked at this morning and I thought, okay, we might have hit a bottom round about 86, 87, so, but we kind of went below that, went to 83 Satoshi for Dent. You can see here, and we'll just look at Dent on the bigger picture. It's not going to give us that in 6 hours, so we're looking at 1 hourly. So you can see here, there's a clear line here. If we just kind of put a line in here for Dent, we'll just do a horizontal line. Round about this price seems to be the floor. You can see it's hit that bounce, kind of bouncing off that kind of floor all the time. It might still go down, but this is where trading comes into play. You have to kind of look for these opportunities, and even if you're getting 3%, 6%, 10%, that it can be good. It could be a good. That's why I like trading as well, because there are opportunities out there. Good morning. I'm optimistic if Bitcoin down. It just means more buying opportunities for longer term investments. Stephen Huggins. Yeah, that's great if you've got the kind of money to do that, and if you're trading as well, that presents really good opportunities. I think if we look at, is it MFT? MFT, for example, if you had this coin, so it was at yesterday, we're talking about, it was at about 242, and it kind of shot all the way up to 333. That represents about 50%. So that's what you can do with trading if you get in and out at the right time as well. So there are opportunities out there, and it still looks as if this is going higher. To be honest, on the hourly, we've still got green candles, and it's bouncing off the 15 EMA. So there's still opportunities out there. And if we look at who's kind of up just now, there's not a lot of them up, to be honest. WTC, there's opportunities to make 3 to 10 to 50% even. So there wasn't a lot of opportunities this morning that I've seen. RLC as well, 1230. So I've kind of looked at that. Now's has gone up, and you can see the clear trend line for Now's. That's on a 1 hourly chart, right enough. But you can see trend lines starting to form. Whereas the trend line before was way down, way down, way down, and that's back since kind of May. It kept on coming down, and then we see a new trend line starting to form for a lot of the altcoins. And look at this one from MCO, from Monaco. And this was another one we kind of called as well. And it's still going up. A lot of people don't like to kind of buy at these prices but it broke a clear trend line around about 131,000 Satoshi. So it's still going up just now. So there are definitely opportunities out there for if you're trading, but it's just catching the right ones, catching them at the right time, getting out at the right time as well. Good morning from Wales, Stephen Seathouse. Good to have you here. Okay, so we'll just look at some news just now. This is one that I think we're all waiting on. Is this ETFs? So US regulatory clarity should aid new Bitcoin ETF application. So this is from News BTC. In the US, another application had been made for a Bitcoin ETF by CBOE Global Markets following previous applications by other companies that were rejected because the market is unregulated. Now that the SEC has clarified that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not to be regulated as securities, this application is more likely to succeed and bring institutional money to the crypto markets. So that's another ETF application that's been put in. So again, that's good news for Bitcoin. So what's going to happen there if the ETF is granted? It's going to be an exchange traded fund. That's what it's for. That's what it's about. So you're going to get institutional investors coming in and buying up ETFs like that as well, which means Bitcoin is going to be bought up. Bitcoin price is going to go up. Altcoin prices not necessarily go up, but they will go up as well when alt season kind of comes back in again. So that's good news for the market and the cryptosphere as a whole. And this was the one that kind of I was looking at today, and Mike kind of spoke about this. So Stephen James, BMW kind of retailer, is now accepting Bitcoin for the purchase of your new BMW. Contact us today to find out more about how you can use Bitcoin to walk away with a brand new vehicle. So it's using BitPay. That's the company it's using. But BitPay also use Bitcoin Cash as well. So I wonder if you can pay it with Bitcoin Cash. So just reminding people of BitPay, BTC, BCH fee dispute. I don't know anything about that. But I thought that was interesting. And I think from a business point of view, that makes really good sense, because what's going to happen with this Stephen James BMW kind of retailer, his business, he's going to get a lot of news coverage. This is all over the news just now. So he's going to get a lot of news coverage from that. Whether anybody buys a BMW with Bitcoin or not is a different story, but I think some people will. But he's going to get a lot of news coverage in his local area and the national news, and obviously on the internet as well. So you're going to get a lot of people doing that as well. And that's why I don't understand the likes of estate agents and stuff like that, and people like that they want to be the first to accept Bitcoin, because it's going to make big news and it's going to give that company exposure. So I think a lot of companies should be doing that. Just now, next year it's going to be too late, because it's going to be all companies are going to be accepting Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies as well. But just now, if you're a big retailer and you've got a big name as well, and you say, oh, okay, we're accepting Bitcoin, it's going to bring you a lot of news and bring you a lot of kind of followers as well, just to see what's kind of happening. So I think it can only be good. So this Stephen James BW, this is his Twitter following. So yeah, I think it can only be good for his business. It just makes good business sense to do that. What was this? Yeah, it's kind of saying this is from Ethereum World News, and it's a very welcoming morning for crypto enthusiasts. A beautiful Sunday, all coins in the green, blah blah blah. So we're talking about NEO. So as many of you already know, NEO is a cryptocurrency that's been around for a while now. It was created on a blockchain. It was designed, so we all know about that from Antshares. So it's talking about the potential of NEO for the long term. So it's not long since NEO took the 11th position from Tron with a market capitalization of 2.61 billion. It's only been there 3 days now. According to the roadmap, the other ones are set for the end of 2018 to enter election. Right, so it's not given too much detail there, but it's just talking about the potential of NEO, and we speak about NEO quite a lot on this channel. I'm very bullish on NEO for the long term as well. A piece of good news for NEO as well. It's just getting more kind of coverage. Bank of Korea says crypto investment poses insignificant risk to local financial market as well. So according to South Korean Central Bank, the Bank of Korea, BOK, the outstanding balance of virtual crypto currency accounts in domestic banks totaled 1.79 billion as of December 2017. So I think this is good as well, that they're saying it poses an insignificant risk to local financial market. Again, it's good news for Bitcoin and for the cryptosphere as a whole. We'll just quickly go through. Amazon, Microsoft and Alibaba, how 3 leading internet giants are using blockchain. I'll post a link down below for that as well. So it's just telling you kind of the story about how they're using actually blockchain. So I think all the bigger companies are going to do, they might not do reverse ICOs, but they're going to be using the blockchain, the underlying technology. So maybe not for kind of investment purposes, but I think obviously it can be good for a lot of companies because of the speed of it and because of the security and the openness of it as well. So I thought that was an interesting article that I'll kind of post down below for you from Coin Insider. Crypto news flash. This was talking really about Bitcoin again. So the US Securities and Exchange Commission is reviewing an application for a Bitcoin ETF from CBOE. So that's just kind of more news about that CBOE application for an ETF. And it's coming. The ETFs are coming very soon. And this means the kind of institutional investors are going to be coming very soon as well, which means more money in the market, more liquidity, and more stability for the BTC price as well, because it's very unstable at the moment. But once this regulation comes in, the SEC kind of get involved as well. It's going to be good for us overall. Okay, we'll just go back to chat. Due to Coinbase changes, Expedia have stopped accepting Bitcoin payments. Ah, right, Honest Crypto Journey, I didn't realise that. Peter J, hey Steve, is Ripple going to beat BABB to get the unbanked banked? I think it's a different animal, Ripple, kind of altogether. I think it's a different animal, so I don't know. But the thing is, with companies like this, you're talking Ripple is what, 10 billion just now? What's the kind of capitalization on Ripple? So Ripple, 18 billion. So it's nearly 19 billion. It has been kind of a lot higher as well. And you're talking BABB is 21 million. So there's competition out there, and there's no, it's good to have competition. So there's kind of different animals as well with Ripple and BABB. But I think it can only be a good thing to have that kind of competition as well. And hopefully BABB will get the licenses and will kind of shoot up from there as well. Michelle, good morning Steve, what are your thoughts on ELEC? Have you have mentioned that it's one of your long-term investment. What do you think ELEC by the year of end, and if the market is bullish? I think we're going to see previous kind of highs. So ELEC just now is 464, so obviously a lot of people are into that. So I think we're going to beat previous highs of 2,200 Satoshi. It is one of my long-term holds, as I said, so I've got a vested interest in this, so do your own research, put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on. Do your own research if you're going to get into this. But for me, this is definitely a long-term hold, and for me it's going to go up. We've kind of bottomed out kind of there about 403, and it's near these levels just now, so this is kind of good time to get in. So I've been dollar cost averaging down as well, not recently, but have been in the past as well to get more of ELEC. I think by year end we're definitely going to see over 2,200 Satoshi if the markets are favourable, and I think they will be overall. Honest Crypto Journey, Bill Gates is supporting the Ripple project to bank the unbanked, might be an issue for BABB. I honestly don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on BABB. Mixer Oz, hi Steve, hi to you. Mag Paul, MFT went up, could get back 50% of my loss, was on the right way. All my last 6 trades was 10 to 25% up, excellent. But MFT broke, oh damn. Yeah, it just takes one trade, that's why it's good to put your stop loss in. Mag Paulin. So always put your kind of 10% stop loss or your 6% if it's a really risky trade. So put your 10% stop loss in to start with. Sean Dubs, hey, what are your thoughts on QKC? Was thinking of getting some today, but only for a short-term hold. QKC I recommended the other day, and it's kind of doing well. Just now, I think I recommended it 12.10 when I put a call out for it. We'll just have a look at QKC just now. See where we are. I think it's up to 1400 just now. It might have gone back down. 1426, yeah. So this is on the 6 hourly. We'll look on the hourly for short term. So it's going the right direction. You can see there's a clear kind of trend line here as well. So where's the next kind of resistance? We'll just look on the 6 hourly chart for resistance, because we'll have to look at resistances here. So we'll just do the lines. So we've got resistance here, and we have resistance here, and we've got it at the top as well, obviously. So it has to kind of get through these lines to meet the next resistance. So I think QKC could be a good short-term one, but at the moment it's kind of went up already, and it was kind of low, and it's went up by about 75% from its low of 934, and we're only talking that was on the 4th of July. So it's went up already, so it might be due a correction, but look for it bouncing off the 15 EMA. I've kind of been saying this a lot. You can see here, since it's kind of gone up, this is on the 6 hourly, since it's gone up, has been bouncing off this 15 EMA, so it might come back down to maybe 1300, 1295 or something, bounce back off. Now the wick might come down below that, it's even at 1235, but it seems to be doing that at the moment. So it looks quite good to me just now. But remember, it has gone up 75% over the last week or so. So that, yeah, that was on the 4th of July. was 77%. It's went up. So you have to be careful of that. So it might be due a correction, but it's looking good, and it might bounce off that 15 EMA again. That's QKC. Right, we'll just have a look at some of the charts just now. Only a second. And we'll quickly go through, see if there's any kind of things that are kind of happening just now that we can look at. So I'm quickly going to go through them, see if there's any kind of up and coming just now. That's kind of gone down. APPC, that might be due another run up. ARN might be due another run up as well, and we're looking at the 6 hour chart. Look at the hourly chart. So ARN looks as if it's going to go up. Again, might be due a rise on that. There's a kind of support or the resistance level 10314, 10094. So that might go up. AST is steadily rising as well. I'm just going to have a look at a couple of them just now. And what was this one? Bitcoin Gold. I was looking at this. So there was a kind of an ascending triangle form there, but broke the pattern, and we're kind of going down on Bitcoin Gold just now. So these are ones I was kind of looking at as well. BitShares, we kind of recommended that a while ago as well, but that's now kind of gone up quite a bit. How much has that gone up by? 26%. Just see if there's any obvious ones. Cloakcoin. Dent we've spoken about already. Dent is currently at, what is it, 86 just now. It's weird with Dent. Dent's a very strange one. If you look at Dent just now, you can see, I'll just kind of reload that. What was happening is there's a lot of bot trading with Dent. If we're looking at the trade history, I don't know if it's coming into play now, but you know these 1 Satoshi kind of buys, or buys and sells. So we're sitting at 86 just now. Look at the order books, 87. So these bots seem to have gone away. There's a lot of kind of bot trading. It seems to be the still bot trading. 2874 seems to be a number that's coming up. So I wonder if that's kind of been pulled. It was just strange to watch all these kind of trades going through at 1 Satoshi. So look at a few others and see if there's anything up and coming. This is a choppy one, DJD. DigiXDale, but I never like to get into that as well. It's usually when Bitcoin goes down that starts to go back up. DLT we kind of recommended as well, but that's come back down as well. DNT just coming up. So there might be a few good plays. Just going through quickly. And if anybody's got any questions, just let me know in the kind of comments just now. We've still got about 10 minutes. 10 minutes left. The key was another one I kind of previously looked at as well. And again, there was an ascending triangle here. When it broke out of that, that was the time to kind of sell around about these levels. It's still going down just now. It's at 291 at the moment. Have we got a bottom for key? And we've got support for key around about these levels. Just look on the 6 hourly chart. Get rid of these. So where's the support? It's not real support. 283 seems to be the bottom for key if you're into key just now, and we're sitting at 291 just now. So it's kind of coming down there and reaching it, but if we're looking at the closing, round about these levels seem to be round about the bottom, but we just need to be careful with that one as well if you're into key just now. So we're still on the 6 hourly chart just now. keep an eye on this. Well, I'll keep an eye on this one as well, just to see, but it's very choppy just now, Mana. Monaco going up again. You can see in the hourly. So we just mentioned that like 10 minutes ago, and it's gone back up again. And just to break that key kind of resistance at 1387. And it looks as if it's going to do that. Previous resistance was broken. So it looks like Monaco's going to do well. Look in the 6 hourly chart as well. Yeah, it's still going up. And it did actually break, so it's not broken 1400. So I'd imagine if it breaks 1400, we're still going up for Monaco. Can't remember where we kind of got in. I think it was 87. I recommended it at 876. Recommended it round about here. So it's gone up 60% since then. I'll just go back. Morning, Steve. Hi, all. Mervyn Skidmore's in the house. Welcome to you. What about TRX, EOS? Nothing happened. Yeah, it's kind of been stagnant with TRX and EOS. I'll just look at TRX just now on Binance. See what they're doing. Yeah, so it's in at 540 just now. But I think when this breaks, it's going to break big. We're just going to see where... We'll have to look at the support levels. Always look at the support levels and resistance levels. So we're just going to daily just now. And see if there's kind of previous support. It seems to be kind of bottoming out round about here. Around about 540, but there's not an obvious kind of support. Probably around about here at 438 and 492. There's not an obvious support on Tron just now. So it could go down. It looks as if you're looking at the charts, obviously it wouldn't be one you'd get into. And speculative, you'd look for kind of a few green candles there as well if we look on the 6 hourly. And there's hardly any kind of green candles. So it's still using that 15 EMA as resistance. So it might go up, then kind of hit that resistance and come back down. So we're looking for a turnaround for that. So if we're looking to swing trade it, we're looking for the turnaround, and there's no obvious sign of a turnaround just now for Tron. That doesn't mean to say it's not going to do good. It's just not at the moment. It's not a good one to get into at the moment until we see that kind of some form of a turnaround happening with it. And EOS is kind of similar as well. It's trying to kind of break out, but didn't quite manage it. If we look on the hourly, see what's doing on the hourly chart. Yeah, same thing. So what's EOS? About $7 just now, isn't it? Or $8.64. So it has been as low as $8.31. This is on Bitfinex. That's been lower than that, obviously, as well. But a lot of supporters for EOS as well. And you can see this step down, kind of weird step down pattern. It's not a weird step down pattern. So at some point it's going to kind of turn around, but not at the moment. So I wouldn't be getting into that until I've seen some signs of a turnaround there. Thoughts on AST? AST was a good one as well. We kind of called that the other day. AST. ASWap, that's been good over the last kind of couple of weeks. That's on the hourly. We'll just look on the 6 hourly just now. For AST, again, we'll see some form of a turnaround happening with AST. You can see there, trend line, kind of clear trend line here. So it seems to be bouncing up that and kind of going up. And the trend line has been kind of way down before. If we look at the trend line for that, what's it been? Kind of up before, been there. So it's broken out of that trend line now. So that's a good thing. So AST for longer term and short term as well looks like good kind of trading opportunities for AST. And if we look at 6,790 was its kind of peak there on the 6 hourly. And you can see even higher than that was 14,000. So potentially 7x from here. And what's the kind of downside? We're looking at 1,200. So that's a good, that could be a good opportunity. If you're going for it long term, obviously holding it long term might be good. Can you look at VeChain? Have a quick look at that. What time is it? We've still got time. Then just look at Bitcoin price. Yeah, that's on a very steep kind of downward slope just now. So 37,000 Satoshi. This is on a 6 hour. We'll just look at the 1 hourly. Sometimes there's good kind of opportunities there. So it's trying to break out, but it's still on a downward trend overall. Yeah, it keeps on trying to break out. We'll just look on the daily just now. 1909. So it has had a big run up when it first came on. So kind of support here, if we look at a support line or some form of a support line, could be around about 32,000. That'll be the obvious kind of support there, just looking at that very quickly. And it still looks, on the daily, it still looks as if it's going to go down. So, but I think it's going to turn around. I think obviously VeChain is a really good kind of team, really good coin as well. I think it's going to turn around, but just not at the moment. It doesn't look so at the moment, although on the daily, if you look at that candle, kind of was down to 36,327 and it's kind of bounced back up. So, but if I was looking at it, I wouldn't go in at the moment. Again, on the hourly, it's starting to, I was looking to kind of break. So it's gone up about 3%, but it keeps on going up and coming back down, keeps on threatening, but it doesn't do much. So I'd be looking for more green candles there on the hourly if I was going to kind of try and day trade it. And thoughts about Pundy? Utrust news might have helped, but no, the whole market looks a bit artificial at the moment. It does, Mervyn, it does just now. I think a lot of people are kind of a little bit skeptical about Bitcoin. We need more kind of support for that. So we need another couple of days trading at this kind of price, round about this price. And if we kind of break up above 6,800 and 7,000 and it stays stable there for a time, I think that's when more people are going to get into alts. So people are just a bit nervous just now. I think that's what's happening just now. We'll just look at BT USDT. Yeah, so we're up to 6726. Did jump up to 6748. So we'll need to wait and see what happens. But I think you're right. A lot of people are just a wee bit kind of weary about what's going to happen. Somebody asked about Pundy. Pundy X. So we'll just look at NPXS. Now, what we're saying at just now, 62 Satoshi. Just now, we can see again, there's a big kind of downtrend here. We'll look at the kind of trend line. A big downtrend line here. And kind of broken out of that now. For me, I think Pundy for long term is a really good coin for the long term. And it's broken out that kind of trading pattern. We can start to see some kind of rise with that as well. You can see here we're starting to get a new trend line forming. Whether that keeps or not, we'll have to wait and see. But for me, it could be the bottom round about 52. That might have been the bottom, the very bottom. But we had round about kind of 62. It was kind of support line there at 62. Then it broke that, went down, and is coming back up again. So for me, long term, I think it looks quite good for Pundy X. We'll just get rid of this just now and just look at the short term. So if we kind of do there and we'll look at another trend line here. So kind of obvious resistance would be around about here. So hopefully we should bounce from here. If we're going to see a bounce from Pundy X, it should really bounce around about these levels and then go back up and go through 66. That was a kind of support line there at 66. That's on the hourly chart. If we look at the 6 hourly chart, very similar. So it's kind of bouncing up and down off the support line here. I'll just kind of take this out. And just put a new one in. But it looks to be the same. Yeah, it's about the same. Just move this over a bit and down. So that's the ascending triangle on PundiX just now. So it's bouncing off the support line here. You can see that quite clearly here, that's kind of within that range. So we need to break that 66 level before we say, okay, it's a really good buy here. For me, it's a good buy at these prices just now, but it could break down to 52 again. But if you're holding it long term, again, it's like, okay, I'm not too worried about it. We're kind of near the bottom. If we're going to break down, 52 is that kind of support level there, around about 52. So I like Pundi as well for the long term. And obviously I've got that as a community coin as well, so I'm looking for that to do well. AMB, good for a day trade. What time are we on? 7:31. I'll just finish up. We'll just have a look at AMB. Yeah, it's very choppy, but we've still got that trend line going up, which is good. So we're kind of broken down here as well. So it's broken out of there. So it looks as if it's going to go up for the short to long term. But it's just kind of choppy just now, but staying above this or round about the 15 EMA. It's kind of staying round about there. That's on the 6 hourly chart. What about the kind of 1 hourly? Yeah, it's kind of starting to break just now. What's it gone up? 2%. So it could be a good one for a day trade as well. So that's a kind of good spot. So if you're looking for a 3% kind of scalp, this could be good. Could be good for a scalp for this one at 4918. Excellent live as always, Stephen. Thanks very much. My pleasure. Honest Crypto done. Really appreciate that. HSR thoughts, Steve. HSR done brilliantly. And another one we kind of called for a short-term day trade. But see where we are just now with HSR. So we've got again a clear sign that things are kind of turning around. For it, you can see this trend line all the way down just from the naked eye. Then it's kind of turning around. So I think HSR for the long term is going to be good. And what's it doing with this 15 EMA? This is on a 6 hourly chart. Again, it's using that 15 EMA as support. So it might come down again to about 871 before bouncing back up, or we might go rise from here. We're starting to see the green candle is getting smaller. Red candle there. So small green candle, red candle, small green candle. So it might be that we're coming back down to maybe about 870 and then bounce back up, or around about 850 to 870 and bounce back up from there. So we'll have to pay attention to the size of the green candles as well. So really kind of pay attention. So you can see with HSR, we've got some big green candles, which means a quick move up. We've got the red candles as well, but the red candles get smaller. Then we've got the green candles again. And we see these two small green candles here. In between, sandwiched in between is a red candle as well. So it might be that we're coming back down for HSR. So is it good for a day trade? I'd be looking at that and going, nah, I don't think so just now, but it might come back down and then bounce back up. So I would maybe wait for 870, around about 850, 870, and see what it's going to do from there. But you can see the clear trend line here as well for HSR. I can't remember when we called it, but it's gone up 27%. I think it was around about these levels, 763. We kind of called that. Eugene Cunningham has just joined us. Hi folks, late up. Did I miss much? Any word on Pundi or Expat? Nothing on them just now. We just kind of spoke about Pundi and you've missed kind of loads. You've missed a whole show, Eugene. So I'm just going to finish up there just now. But I want to thank you again as always for watching and for your questions and for joining in as well. This is about a kind of community that we're forming here. If you want to join a free group, click the link down below. If you want to join us over at Premium, which is well worth $37, as well as getting calls every single day for day trading opportunities and longer term opportunities as well, I would definitely join that Premium group. Such a brilliant group to be in. And I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.